Hey folks, welcome to Plane and Traffic. Today's episode is coming from West Wildwood, New Jersey. I'm currently at D and Glenwood Avenue. And today's episode is basically entitled, what did it look like to rent and live in Wildwood, New Jersey as a, look, here's the title, it's 17 miles long. Ugh. You're 19 years old, right? It's 1986. You have 5 friends who all want, well, 6 of you total, that want to, go go rent down the shore. Come on down to a real estate office. Preferably, probably January of that year, say January of '86, and get a rental property. And I'm going to show you that whole journey and what it looked like. Here we go. Yeah, this area of Wildwood is just so, I love it back here. I don't think I knew much about it. Matter of fact, I was not on it until we rented back here. But up here on the left, I'm going to kind of protect the privacy, and I'm sort of not going to be rude just pointing the camera. But right here on the left, I'm going to close it out so that's all you're going to see. There's a gray house there with white trim, 3-story. And that was the place that we rented in 1986, the first summer, right there. On the left. Okay, I'm not going to drag all these segments out. Probably just lied to everybody, but the rent on that house to be there from, I think, the week before Memorial Day 1986 until Labor Day, maybe the week after Labor Day, I don't know. Everyone had to be going anyway because they were going back to school. Most of us were in college. So, $1,000. Oh, I gotta find a register. I gotta find that sound effect. I'm gonna try that. $1,000 for the summer. So 6 of us put up. I'm telling you, that's why I wanted to do this episode, because this is kind of unique. There it is, right there on the left. Well, is it gonna be? Oh God, is it gonna be on the left? Because I'm gonna probably flip the screen. Maybe I just won't. It's on the left. I'll just leave it like this. Sorry, just $1,000. 6 of us each put up $100 for a total of $600. And the remaining $400 came from people paying to stay either on weekends, which I don't even remember what we charged them. Please, anyone who was in that house that watches my channel, if you remember the specifics of that money, please feel free to join in a celebration of it. But people would pay to come down on weekends. People would pay a number to stay for senior week. They would pay to stay senior week, which was, so if you were a graduating senior from high school, you would go to senior week. If you were 25 years old, you probably went to senior week, potentially. Yeah, so they paid for that for a total of, one more time, $1,000. So yeah, that $1,000. So anyway, $600 from the people that lived there all summer, $100 each. $100 times 6, 600. The remaining 4. I think the senior weeks we did like 50 or 60, whatever it was worked out with another, I'm going to say like 4 or 5 people. And the reason why I'm laughing is because, so here are the numbers on the living space. At the time, that building was 2 floors. We would go up a floor. You walked into the front door, and you immediately saw where me and my buddy slept. We slept on these small beds. I was very skinny, small. Well, I was not, I think I was tall, but like skinny kid who could fit on that bed. I remember the first night I slept on it, the damn leg broke, and I was like, I was lying like sideways on it. But anyway, so yeah, so you would go in the front door. Right to the left of you would be the kitchen table. Right in front of you would be the living room. Don't get me wrong, folks, this is all one room, one small room. Kitchen table to the left, living room, the TV. Maybe there was a sofa, some weird looking sofa, I don't even remember. Two beds, two day, whatever they call them things. And things are just, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Two beds, two sleeping apparatus. You made a right, refrigerator and stove, a right. When you came in front door, talk about open space. Just one big open space of two people slept there. Everyone watched TV there. You could eat your dinner there. I think one person could. It was a table like this, real small. But there was also two bedrooms. We had two women with us. They had a room together, and other two guys took a bedroom. Don't ask me why I voted for no bedroom. It didn't matter. I was 19 years old. I was turning 20. No one cared. No one cared. Now I'd have an ulcer over that. But yeah, here we go. Look, view time. So yeah, so we established the rental situation. $100 personally. And I would like to live. I mean, believe me, convincing my parents of this at 19, they were not thrilled about it. But me personally, it was like $100. But honestly, and this was an honest reaction, like, oh, do I have $100? And you're like, you're living, you have the rights to a place to sleep and a roof over your head for 3 months in the summer and not living at home. Just think about it. Yeah, so $100. And then and this is what happened next. Here we go. Okay, so the significance of this spot here, this is right on the other side of the bridge. So there's a bridge right up here. Okay, and when you cross this bridge coming in the direction that we're now parked, you're entering West Wildwood. That intersection right there. And I'm pretty sure it's still an issue that this area floods. Full moon, high tide, we'll get some water in the streets. Storm, full moon, high tide, you're going to get flooding. You might even just get the flooding with the high tide and the full moon. Okay, so reason why I'm saying that is because, so from that house that I showed you to my job, and we'll be up there in a little bit, I just to show you that, was 1.7 miles. So that was like a 37-minute, I just calculated that GPS map, 37-minute walk, like a 10-minute bike ride to get up there. So I had a rusty bike, that I got from my cousin in Villas. I had that for the first week, and that helped out a lot. Locked it up there and worked, blah, 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 blah. Well, not knowing really the logistics of saltwater and potential flooding on the island and da-da-da-da-da-da, I bet you a week, maybe not even a week into living down here, I was riding my bike coming in off that bridge and hit about, I don't know, a foot of water at the bottom of the bridge right here, right in front of us, this intersection right here. And it was actually like a wee moment, even though I was 19. It was like, yay, water splashing. Put the bike back, parked it back there. Parked it. Oh my God. Got off the bike back at the house about a half mile back on Glenwood Avenue here behind me, where the house was it was renting. And woke up the next morning, the chain broke. It rusted the chain out because it was salt water. Rusted the chain out, broke, and I was done. Because first of all, it wasn't even mechanical. Then they couldn't even find, didn't even have the time, didn't even want to go, let me fix the bike up. No. So that was the end of the bike. So then I think I might have skateboarded up there, but it wasn't, the significance was it was a pretty good commute. You didn't really care how much I walked per se, but to be on time at those jobs, it was like, dude, you need to give yourself like 40 minutes because you were 1.7 miles from the Wildwood boardwalk. That's how far back Glenwood Avenue goes. So I would go all the way up Glenwood Avenue, but then that wouldn't have been enough because I had to go right on the boardwalk because I worked a little further down. But there you have that part. Okay, so I covered. Look at me looking to see if this can. Oh, the level of professional. So I covered the rental price, right? I covered transportation. Both very comical, right? So far. This mural's really cool, right on Scavenger Avenue. I'll flip this around so you can actually see that, the art. This is really neat. Look at it. And yes, right at Scavenger and Ocean Ave. And I like it. Well, who wouldn't? I like this, man. Look at you. Hermie the crab. Yay, yeah. Okay. Rental, check. Rental price, check. Transportation, check and fail. So the bike rusted out, the chain done. I did have a skateboard. That helped until the following happened at my first job. I'm looking at it right now. I see it right there. So we made it to the snow-covered Wildwood boardwalk. Yeah, this is going to happen. I think it's going to be more snow tonight too, matter of fact. Yo, go Birds, because this is Sunday, the NFC divisional playoff round. Eagles are playing later today at 4 against the Rams. So let's go. Here we go, baby. Okay, yeah, back to this. There was my first employer. You know, at the time it was called Mariners Landing. I don't know if they still call it that. It's been a while since I've done any kind of, been up here. Like, it just, I don't know what they call it. It's Maury's Piers. And they got a couple of them, one all the way down there. But this was my employment right here. Mariners Landing. Same owner, Maury's. Whoa, yo. Oh, you. Yeah, he slipped. He slipped right back there. And he didn't go down. And it's a good thing he didn't go down, because you want to know why? This shoulder is not ready for another hit. It's not ready for another hit. Oh my God, it's not ready for another hit. Whew. Okay, back to live action. Liver action. So yeah, I worked here, and I started way in the back on the right. Way on the back on the right was the fun house. That was kind of my first job here. That's where I reported every day. And then I got promoted. This is funny. Let me go get another angle. Actually, I'll stay here. Then I got promoted to, yeah, I did say it's funny. Overnight security. Yeah, nobody wanted to do that, so I didn't know any better. I think the job originally started, so I worked a funhouse probably honestly, probably about $350, no more than $385 an hour, 1986. So I was at funhouse, and I went overnight, and I would just, like, literally, I was 5'9", 128 pounds tops. Yeah, so I wasn't really secure in anything, but that's what the heck I did. I'd work overnight, and then I'd clean the water park. Now, I'm not OSHA, right? So I just cleaned it in the sense that they had me hook up like a pretty, I'm not saying it was a fire hose, but it may have been just in that style of hose, and just wash the bathrooms out. Just hose the crap out of them, and the water would just, it's kind of gross, but anyway. That was one of the things. Yeah, watch the pier, and oh, by the way, go back to the water park and hose it down. Hose the women's bathrooms down, the men's bathrooms down. Okay. Oh boy. So I did that, and then out of boredom, because that job was so crazy, I will add this, that this happened. So you're looking at the sea serpent, and it's been there for, I think, since 1980 at least. It's been there forever, man. Well, out of boredom, aside from the fact I'd have a golf cart to drive around, Curly's Fries was back there. The area in front of Curly's Fries was slick from, obviously, grease from the fries. And yes, the golf cart would slide around on it, and I could do donuts there. So yeah, that was a thing. Then when I got done playing with the golf cart, I would start climbing these steps right on the right-hand side. The right-hand side ones, all the way up to the top, till I got to the top. And I'd sit up there on the right on the top step, and look around. I really loved heights back then. I was a climber. Isn't that nice? And then one day, back at the water park where I would store my skateboard, it got stolen. So that was, and yeah, it's Zorlak, man, I had pusshead art on the bottom of the deck. Total nightmare. And that was the end of that. Well, that was really great. So now, no transportation. Did have a job. Did have a roof over my head. Paid the rent. Had the job. Yo, easy. Everything was doubles down here. If you had time off, you had part of the day off. If you didn't want to have any time off, you could literally work down here, especially like boardwalk stuff, from 10 a.m. in the morning to 1 a.m. the following morning. So you could literally go, 12, 13, 14, 15 hour days, 15, 16 hour shifts. And that was a thing. So like you were covered for $350. They would be like, yeah, here, have 100 freaking hours, please take them all. So yeah, so that was it. $350, $385 an hour. That was about it. And I worked there, and I worked over here. I'm going to show. Oh, you don't want to just establish this next area is going to be the jobs. There was a whole big set of jobs back here on the pier. And then we have this one right here that's no longer here. Section here is about food and employment and how close the proximity. There was never a loss for opportunities to eat down here. Yeah, there's Snow White, been here forever. And at the bottom of this ramp used to be another one of the, I'm going to hit three sources of employment that I had, where I was just bouncing around working shifts. At the bottom here, it says readings. That used to be the fun shop. Used to come here, and this place is now, if you're ever down here, it's What Goes On, and What Goes On is down is south of here towards a wooden roller coaster on the boardwalk. Real nice place to shop. I got a video on here about What Goes On. But yeah, this right here was right at Lincoln Avenue and Ocean Avenue was the fun shop. So I would work here. I worked Mariners Landing, aka Maury's Piers. Not Maury's Pier. I never worked Maury's Pier. I worked on Mariners Landing. Here was the cool spot. Knew the people in here, would get ice cream. Now we're back into the food category with ice cream. You can't survive without ice cream pretty much as often as I could get that, because I really wasn't paying much for it. More healthy options, pizza. I never got pizza here when I was a kid, but it was burgers. And when I tell you the prices of these burgers, I used to go get food here. I think it would take about 5 hours, and I could get enough food here to last me 13 to 14 hours. Now, granted, none of it was really, I mean, they're not selling kale and romaine here, so it was more like, you know, burgers and stuff. The burgers were like 60 cents or 50 cents, and oh goodness, I would walk that right down here, eat in the building, eat at my job. Any of the remaining French fries that I would have that I wasn't really in the mood to eat, I would ask the young fella that would bring me ice cream here, I would ask him to stop over. I would just yell from this opening. This was fully open. It wasn't enclosed like it is now with the door. And he would come down with ice cream, and then I would throw the French fries here, and all of the 765 seagulls that were waiting to eat out of these trash cans would then converge on him. Yeah, I was a jerk off. And where did I learn that? Because probably somebody did it to me. So, but yeah, there's food. There's second place of employment. There's Snow White was the food option. Anyway, like I would come up here and cut through the pier. Now right here was Dracula's castle. Oh, I gotta do it. Welcome to Dracula's castle. Welcome to my grandfather's castle. And while you walk the halls of this hallowed ground, I dare say you be quiet, for fear of waking grandfather. For if you wake grandfather, oh my God. Okay, I'll stop. So anyway, yeah, that was Dracula's castle. Rest in peace. Well, long gone for a long time. We know that burnt down, folks. I'm going to do a commercial break right now. I am the lead singer of The Heels. Please visit our band camp at The Heels. I think I may even have the address on my YouTube page. I'm not sure. If it's not, you know what, I'll punch it in here. And buy yourself a copy of Stuck in the Dungeon. Why? Because it has cover art. We're going to flash a picture too. It has cover art of, and the cover art is Dracula's castle. Yes, it's in flames. Yes, it burnt down, but it's standing while there's flames burning around it. The artwork was done by none other than Eric Perfect, drummer extraordinaire, my drummer in The Heels, right? And owner, operator, Cadillac Tattoo in the Philadelphia area. He did the art. The songs are really good. You like punk rock, hardcore punk rock? Come on down. Go get a copy of that. The cover art is sick. Back to live action. This was right here, Dracula's castle. I worked there a whole summer once. So now I established 3 jobs. Mariner's Landing, Fun Shop, Dracula's Castle. Also throw in Mountain Magic Leather, which was right up here. I go over there one day. I'm walking on the pier. Even though the gate was open over there, I was almost there. The guy goes, "Get off the pier, private property. The pier's not open." I go, "I just was going to Lincoln." "What'd you say? Get off the pier." Blah 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 blah. Off the pier. I think it was halfway through to get over to my job. Get off the pier. Later that day, I bought I worked at the Fun Shop, so we had stink bombs. They were like these little glass, they had sulfur, whatever that. Oh, they were good. They smelled like hell. So I came around, got off from work, had about 4 or 5 of them. Ready for this bit of nostalgia? If I can find a picture, flash it up there. Pole position, the game pole position. So this frickin' nerd, what I ended up doing, they had an arcade right over here. This is all nickels right here, sitting seeing it. But my last spot of employment that I really wanted to, during that little window of time. So what did we say? Mariner's Landing, Dracula's Castle, Fun Shop, Mountain Magic Leather. That was pretty much it. And then this place, it's no longer here. The gentleman that owned this ended up, I ended up doing business at the bowling alley. I'm pointing like you can see me. Out that way. Well, I think it's on New Jersey Avenue. I think the bowling alley's still there. I don't think it's I don't think it's him. I'm not really positive, but he owned a pizza place up here called 3J's Pizza. I don't know if I'm really gonna remember the exact unit. Let's do this. So as we stroll up the boardwalk on this crisp Sunday morning, the rain has not started, expecting that soon. Okay, that being established. Just beyond Ed's Funcade, by the way, that's been there forever. Ed's is just, whoo, talk about longevity. And you know what, the fun shop's longevity. Like big time longevity. The fun shop been around for forever itself. And Ed's Funcade is definitely one of them places too. That had been around forever. But 3J's Pizza was probably about, I'm gonna say, a couple units in. Not. All right, I'll just a guesstimate here. I feel like it was. See this one place here? It says the Originals Custom Shop. It might have been that, or it might have been this 3708. One of these two. So 3J's Pizza. And that was, I put a lot of hours in there. That one there was King Kong Bundy came in one night with his family. You know, they had wrestling at the convention hall. Video on that, yes, because I freaking love that. The old convention hall. So Bundy would work in there. And he would then, you know, he would just walk on the boardwalk. He loved 3J's. I know that for a fact. I actually talked to him, King Kong Bundy, like 15 years after the fact. Like, yeah, man, I remember the one night he came in 3J's. He was just like, yo, 3J, I love 3J's piece. Like, you know, he would bring his family in. When they came in, a friend, a co-worker, was like, yo, you're not going to believe who's here. And I was like, do me a favor. I'm not, because I was washing dough pans and it was just constant chaos trying to keep up with that. And yeah, I'm not in the mood for none of it. I don't care who came in. Yeah, King Kong Bundy came in. Oh, he did. Put the dough pans down. Picked up the phone. Did we have a phone at the? I can't even remember if there was a phone. I don't remember. I know I called somebody. You know, picked the phone up on the wall, called whatever our number was, I guess. And yo, Bundy, King Kong Bundy's in. Oh my God, I don't even know if anyone showed up. They didn't need to, but yeah, I was totally marked out, being the wrestling fan that I am. And I think it was right around here somewhere. But anyway, all that employment, the rental, $100 to rent. That was gone, and I'm not like, I definitely save money. I'm not certainly a financial wizard at all, but I will say one thing. Guess what? The end of that summer, the dork that I was, and you know, my parents, I'm gonna hand them this because I wasn't playing. They weren't going to be. I wasn't playing in their face. I'm gonna say that right now, and they weren't going to have none of the bull. They were like, oh yeah, go down there, yeah, have a good time. They didn't say get high, drink, and be goofy. And I don't even know. I don't know why I said high. I wasn't smoking weed, but I certainly was drinking. Yeah, I would drink like half a bottle of something. I'd be done. And I mean a bottle of like beer, wine cooler. Yeah, that. Not a bottle of booze. Yeah, that would never gonna happen because I was lightweight. One thing they said before I walked out, and I'm gonna close this episode out. They said, and bring $1,000 home. And I went, okay. And never, yo. So, with that in mind, think about it. And maybe I'll do the math on this. Maybe all of us could do the math on this. 1,000. My dad was not the one. He was like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Do it. It might have been 500, but I think it was 1,000. And what I ended up bringing back was about $1,200 that I remember. And I remember my dad going, how the heck? And it was like, yeah, it was 70-hour work weeks. You know, you had time. I didn't care. It was away from home. I still love it down here. I still love coming down here. I got a place not too far from here. I love coming down here. I love looking. Oh my God. And you all know it already. If you've been on my channel, you know I've done reflections and videos with old, what I remember Wildwood looking like, maybe put some pictures in it, what it was, what it is now. It didn't matter. But where'd that money come from? It was like, how many weeks is that? I don't know, 4 in June, you really didn't even make a lot of money. If you were working on the piers, you really didn't make a lot, because that's when you were really, just the hours weren't that big. It wasn't until the summer really started and schools were out could you really work from 10. I mean, unless you were in the restaurants, which I wasn't. I was strictly up here, outdoors-ish, on the pier, pizza place. Dracula's Castle was sure in hell not outdoors, but oh my God, Dracula's Castle was amazing. Yeah, I brought that money home, but there was no other way. That wouldn't have been good. Brought that money home. Had memories to last an eternity. 58 years old now, 2025, reflecting on 1986. Yeah, it had an impact. But I did that for 3 summers. I just wanted, and those jobs weren't all the one summer. I bet you I worked 2 of them to make sure I was covered. You know, my hours were covered during the day, but yeah, oh my God, the memories. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, pleasant tomorrow. Go Birds. Come on, man. Come on, man. Give us that NFC Championship game. Okay? We already know the Commanders are in. Once known as the Redskins. Yo, come on. And that's it. Okay. Thanks for watching. I said that already. Have a great day. Said that too. Pleasant tomorrow. And I'll see you in the next episode.